This next short video is a electrical troubleshooting video. There's a couple different scenarios. You may have no lights on your umbrella. You might have just the bright light or just the ambiance lights. I'm going to cover all three very quickly here for you. So this first part I'm going to cover if you have no lights at all. So if you have no lights, the place to start is to make sure that the outlet that your transformer is plugged into is live. Next, we need to check the transformer to make sure it's okay. And I'm going to show you a shortcut to do that. Just unplug it from the back of the umbrella and remove the little bulb under the globe in the center of the umbrella. And all you have to do is touch this transformer to that bulb and you can see it lit up. That tells us your transformer is okay. So now that we've confirmed our power source is good, our transformer is good, as well as the light bulb, I'm going to show you where about 90% of the problem usually is. And I've got this laying on a work table. You can do this on a step ladder. Just get up on top and you're going to have to take off the small piece of upper canopy so you can see this. But these three wires connect up here. And a lot of times, maybe you put it away for the winter or just set the umbrella up, one of these three wires can come apart. So we just have to pull this little plastic protective cabling back. You might have a solid black sheath of plastic that you just slide out of the way. Either way though, you're going to see the three wires. It's a very simple wiring system in the umbrella. There's only three wires that run the umbrella. But a lot of times one of these at the top of the umbrella underneath this small canopy comes apart. Push them together, you put the umbrella back together, problem is solved. Now that we know we have a good transformer and we've checked those three wires underneath the small canopy up on top of the umbrella and they're pushed tightly together, if you still have no lights, the next place we're going to look is at the light switch or the socket here. It is possible one of the wires just popped off the back of the switch, or maybe even the main brown wire is disconnected from the socket red wire. So to check here, what we want to do is I'll just start here and pop this light switch out with a flat screwdriver. It pops out pretty easily. It has three wires on the back of it. And as you can see on this one of those wires popped off. So the light problem with this umbrella is right there. All we have to do is pull that wire through and pop it back on. It's the red wire that goes to the socket. And I'm going to go ahead and take it off all the way right now so you can see the way everything works. Anyway, I'm going to pull this little socket out. It's only two screws. And there's only two wires on the socket here, just so you understand how the umbrella works. There's a flat one that connects to the middle of the switch. It feeds up through here and it supplies power to the switch right in the middle. The other two wires go to either side of the switch. And the other wire is an important one if you have no power. It connects to a brown wire inside here. So make sure that this second wire is attached to the brown wire. That's the main power feed. And if it is, then you just run this other red one up through the top. I'm going to have to grab it and pull it through here. Feed it up through. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put the red wire that comes out of the socket in the middle. I'm going to attach our other two wires here. All right, so we've got our three wires back in place. We're going to push our switch in. We're going to reattach the socket. So as you can see, it's a pretty simple wiring system in the umbrella. It's probably one of the wires at the top, but if you've done all these things and you still don't have lights, the next thing we're going to want to do is to verify your switch is okay. So a real easy way to test the switch is to take a small pair of needle nose pliers and just touch the center red power lead to either one of the other two wires. Again, it's low voltage, you won't get shocked, but when I do this, you can see, there you go, the ambiance lights are on. Now I'm going to just do the same thing, touch the red wire to the other wire for the bright light. So if your lights aren't working, but they start working when you jump these wires, that's how you would verify if the switch was bad or not. So it would be pretty rare if you've gone through all of these areas and not found the issue with your lighting, but there is one last place to look, and it's underneath the center globe. You'll find this socket which holds the bulb. If you ever need to replace that bulb, you can get it at any auto parts store. It's a standard 1157 taillight bulb. But this socket does have two wires in the back. You want to make sure that they're both connected if you've checked everywhere else you've seen on the video. And if you ever want to test this socket, and sometimes they get wet and they might be old, you want to make sure that the socket itself is good. The easiest way to do that is the same way we tested the transformer at the beginning to make sure we had power. You simply just take these two wires here and you'll just touch them on the ends of the transformer and you see that it's lighting up. That tells you that your bulb and your socket are both okay. But if it wasn't lighting up and you took the bulb out and touched the bulb and it lit up, then that's how you'd identify that there was a problem with this socket. But the main thing here is just to make sure those wires are connected and your socket is good if you've tested everywhere else and you're still having an issue with your lighting. So for the last part of this video, I just want to give you a visual of the wiring diagram in case you've taken this apart and forgot which wires plugged into which wires. It's a very simple 3-wire diagram. These connections up here simply represent those 3 wires I showed you that you'll find at the very top of the umbrella if you lift back the small section of the upper canopy. And those are the ones where we usually have the issue with the lighting. One of those has come apart. But if it has, just to verify, blue goes to blue, yellow goes to black, and brown goes to red. So the brown is the main power lead that comes down the main pole. It goes to red into this wiring hub for the individual light strands, as well as that little black lead goes there. But all you have to really know there is blue to blue, yellow to black, brown to red up at the top. And then down here is the socket and the light switch. So the socket has 2 wires coming off of it. One of those wires has a round connector. It attaches to the main power lead, the brown wire inside here. So the round connector goes to the brown power lead. The one with the flat connector loops up around and goes to the middle of the light switch. So that's the one that supplies the power to the light switch. And if you remember when we were jumping those to test the switch, we were simply touching the red to the blue or the red to the yellow. And again, it's all low voltage. You don't really have to worry about getting shocked or anything if you're doing any work testing those wires. So I'll leave this up here for a second. Hope that helps you if you do have any questions, if some wires have come loose and you need to plug them back together. You can just refer back to this simple wiring diagram.